The history of the United Arab Emirates dates back thousands of years before the modern era, to a time when ancient civilizations flourished and left traces of their existence in the arid landscapes of the Arabian Peninsula. Among these cultures, the Hafit civilization, which emerged between 3,200 years before Christ and 2,600 years before Christ, stands out as one of the earliest to occupy the region, laying the foundations for the development of later societies. This civilization played a crucial role in the social and economic organization of the region, and is widely recognized for its monumental tombs and evidence of a trade network that extended beyond the borders of the Persian Gulf. One of the most striking legacies of the Hafit civilization is its beehive-shaped tombs, located primarily in the Al Ain region, now part of the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. These structures, built from rough, uncut stones, represent one of the earliest forms of monumental architecture in the United Arab Emirates. Excavations have revealed the presence of ceramics, bronze artifacts, and ornamental beads, providing evidence of both regional and long-distance trade. The design of these tombs suggests a society with a structured hierarchy, where individuals of higher status received more elaborate burials. Additionally, the presence of objects made from copper, a material sourced from what is now Oman, indicates early metallurgical activities and a developing economy. Despite the arid desert conditions, the Hafit civilization was not isolated. Archaeological evidence suggests that the region was part of a trade network connecting distant civilizations such as Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, and Persia. Copper from Oman and pearls from the Persian Gulf were likely exchanged for textiles, ceramics, and agricultural products. This interaction demonstrates that, from ancient times, the United Arab Emirates played a significant role in regional trade, a characteristic that has persisted throughout history. Adapting to the desert environment was one of the greatest challenges faced by the Hafit people. To ensure their survival, they established small settlements near oases, where they could access underground water sources. Although rudimentary, the irrigation techniques used during this period served as a foundation for the later development of the foliage system, a more advanced method introduced by the an-Nar civilization. Additionally, the survival of these communities was ensured through pastoral nomadism, which involved moving livestock between different grazing areas according to the seasons, as well as small-scale agriculture in the more fertile regions. Over time, the Hafid civilization gave way to the an-Nar civilization, which thrived between 2,600 years before Christ and 2,000 years before Christ. This new era represented a significant step towards urbanization and the development of more complex social structures. The knowledge and innovations of the Hafid people, particularly in burial practices, trade relations, and resource management, laid the groundwork for the economic and cultural growth of the region. Today, the legacy of the Hafid civilization can be seen in the archaeological sites of Al Ain, where their ancient tombs stand as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the earliest inhabitants of the United Arab Emirates. The first evidence of the Hafid culture was discovered in the region of Jebel Hafit, a mountainous massif located in the present-day city of Al Ain in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. This site, which rises to an altitude of approximately 1,200 meters, provided a strategic vantage point for early communities, offering natural protection and access to vital resources such as water and trade routes. Archaeological excavations in this area have uncovered more than 500 beehive-shaped tombs built using carefully arranged stones to form circular burial chambers. These tombs, which range between 2 and 4 meters in diameter, stand as some of the earliest monumental structures in the United Arab Emirates, serving as burial sites for the region's inhabitants. and indicating a complex social organization with deeply ingrained ritualistic practices. The construction techniques employed in these tombs demonstrate an advanced understanding of architecture and engineering for the time. The stones were meticulously stacked without the use of mortar, relying on precise placement and weight distribution to ensure stability. Some tombs featured multiple layers of stone, reinforcing their durability against environmental erosion. The strategic placement of these burial sites along elevated ridges suggests not only a reverence for the dead, but also a potential symbolic connection between the tombs and the surrounding landscape, possibly serving as territorial markers or places of ritual gatherings. The organization of the tombs into distinct clusters implies a structured society with defined leadership and social stratification. The variation in tomb size and construction quality suggests that individuals of higher status were afforded more elaborate burials, potentially accompanied by grave goods such as pottery, beads, and copper artifacts. These findings indicate that wealth and social standing played a role in the burial process, reflecting a hierarchical system in which leadership, craftsmanship, and trade were integral aspects of Hafit society. The presence of imported goods within some of the tombs provides further insight into the extensive trade networks that connected the Hafit culture with distant civilizations. Pottery fragments originating from Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley suggest that the region was actively engaged in commercial exchanges, trading resources such as copper, pearls, and livestock for valuable foreign goods. This interaction with advanced cultures may have influenced the burial customs and architectural techniques of the Hafit people, contributing to the development of their distinct cultural identity. Beyond their architectural and economic significance, the tombs of Jebel Hafit reveal the spiritual beliefs of the Hafit people. The effort invested in constructing these burial sites and the inclusion of personal belongings within the tombs indicate a belief in an afterlife or a continuation of existence beyond earthly life. This spiritual dimension suggests that rituals associated with death were an essential part of their culture, reinforcing the idea that honoring ancestors and maintaining connections with the deceased were fundamental aspects of their social and religious practices. The discovery of these tombs at Jebel Hafit has been instrumental in shaping our understanding of early civilization in the Arabian Peninsula. The complexity of the burial structures, the evidence of social organization, and the signs of long distance trade highlight the significance of the Hafit culture in the broader historical narrative of the region. Today, these ancient tombs stand as a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and cultural depth of one of the earliest societies to inhabit what is now the United Arab Emirates. Beyond funerary constructions, archaeological findings from the Hafit culture have uncovered ceramic artifacts, semi-precious stone beads, and copper tools, providing clear evidence that the inhabitants were not isolated, but rather integrated into a trade network that connected the Arabian Peninsula to more advanced civilizations of the time, such as the Sumerians of Mesopotamia and the peoples of the Indus Valley. The discovery of imported ceramics indicates that goods were exchanged between these regions, reinforcing the significance of the Hafit inhabitants as intermediaries in the trade of valuable commodities. Copper, extracted from nearby mountains, emerged as one of the primary products of this civilization and likely one of the most sought-after items by foreign peoples, given the metal's importance for the manufacture of weapons, tools, and ornaments. The Hafit people exhibited notable technical advancement in metallurgy, demonstrating mastery and effective methods for extracting and processing this essential resource. Evidence suggests that they developed techniques for smelting copper, allowing them to produce high-quality metal artifacts that were likely traded with neighboring cultures. Daily life in the Hafit culture was characterized by a semi-nomadic lifestyle, with the economy based on cattle rearing, hunting, and small-scale agriculture. The arid conditions of the region posed significant challenges to survival, necessitating adaptations to the harsh environment. Natural oases played a vital role in the subsistence of these communities, providing water sources essential for drinking and irrigation, which enabled the cultivation of certain plant species, the domestication of animals, such as camels and goats, facilitated the mobility of groups, ensuring a reliable source of food and transport. The presence of animal bones in archaeological sites reinforces the hypothesis that livestock farming was integral to the local economy, allowing for the exchange of derived products, such as milk and leather, with neighboring peoples. This adaptation to the arid environment illustrates the resilience and ingenuity of the Hafit people, who developed effective strategies for exploiting available natural resources. Their ability to navigate the challenges posed by the desert landscape speaks to a sophisticated understanding of ecology and resource management. The strategic use of oases for cultivation, combined with the mobility afforded by domesticated animals, allowed the Hafit communities to thrive in an otherwise inhospitable environment. This resilience not only contributed to their survival, but also to their role as crucial players in the broader trade networks of the region, connecting them to more advanced civilizations and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices. Overall, the Hafit culture exemplifies a complex society that effectively utilized its environment, demonstrated advanced technological skills, and engaged actively in regional commerce, paving the way for future civilizations in the Arabian Peninsula. Archaeological evidence indicates that the Hafit culture was not homogeneous, but rather composed of various groups scattered across the region, each possessing distinct cultural and economic variations. This diversity is reflected in the differences observed in the tombs and artifacts discovered, suggesting that there were interactions and exchanges of influences between the communities. The progressive evolution of construction techniques throughout the Hafit period demonstrates that these people were constantly refining their skills and expanding their knowledge. This development paved the way for later civilizations, such as the an-Nar culture, which would emerge shortly afterwards and introduce even more advanced innovations in the fields of architecture and trade. The significance of the Hafit culture in the history of the United Arab Emirates is underscored by the preservation of its archaeological remains and the sustained interest of researchers in studying its legacy. The sites where the tombs were uncovered continue to be explored by archaeologists striving to gain deeper insights into the customs, social structures, and economies of these ancient people. The discoveries made in Jebel Hafit contribute significantly to our understanding of the region's prehistory and how early civilizations managed to thrive in a challenging environment. This culture represents a fundamental link in the timeline of humanity, connecting the first inhabitants of the Arabian Peninsula to the great civilizations that would emerge centuries later, laying the foundations for the development of society in the United Arab Emirates. If you found this exploration of the Hafit culture fascinating, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions about ancient civilizations, archaeological discoveries, and the rich history of the region. Join us as we continue to uncover the stories that have shaped our world.